After 2.5 years of struggling through the global attack of SARS-CoV-2, the pandemic has significantly changed medical practice worldwide. At the forefront of such an impact are internal medicine practitioners who have been at the thick of quelling COVID-19. While science is taking great strides in peri-COVID times, many questions still linger in the air. Where are we today? And how do we prepare for tomorrow? What are the lessons learned and future directions in the practice of internal medicine? What are the evolving best practices, concepts, and approaches across specialties as we continue to live through the pandemic? The Philippine College of Physicians 52nd Annual Congress puts the spotlight on the peri-COVID era and molding the next genre of internists. Learn more about emerging insights and perspectives from a power panel of 300 local and international speakers with over 300 sessions featuring the latest research and clinical updates. An information-packed meeting to be mounted on the hybrid platform. Register today and join this exchange of expertise, whether in person or through the virtual screens. See you on May 1 to 4 at the 52nd Annual Congress of the Philippine College of Physicians, Internal Medicine in the peri-COVID era, the next genre.
Through the dreadful darkness, we shall lead the light and lead a path to wisdom. Our will to be our lives. To those in pain and suffering, we shall hear a call. With arms to care and comfort from that above all, to face a brighter future, bound in unity, the Trinity College of this nation, we shall be. Hand in hand, building a stronger nation,
The Philippine College of Physicians, through the Committee on Media Communication and Health Forum, presents its bi-monthly lay forum to promote the advocacies and mission of the college and its component and affiliate societies. An avenue of accurate and up-to-date conversations with the media and the general public, with timely and diverse topics covering vital public health and medical information, straight from the experts. In a platform that is convenient, accessible, and highly engaging. Welcome to the PCP Health Forum.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Dr. Alias Amonte, the chair of the Committee on Media Communications and Health Forum of the PCP, and I will be the moderator for today's webinar. Today's webinar will be tackling on the preview of our upcoming 52nd Annual Congress entitled Internal Medicine in the Peri-COVID Era, the Next Genre. This webinar aims to invite and introduce our members as well as our other stakeholders to this Congress. This is the first time that we are doing this, and this will be a good opportunity for us to know more about the Congress, the topics, and the different activities that our annual Congress committee have been preparing busy for over the year. This will enable us also to fully participate and above all, learn on the topics in our clinical practice. So to introduce our speakers for this webinar, may I call on the Board of Regents for Media Communications and Health Forum, my boss, Dr. Danny Baldemore. Hi, sir. Good morning.
Good morning. Thank you, Dr. Ginger. So let me first congratulate our organizer for this event and welcome also our members and media press. So let me introduce our first speaker, Jed. So to welcome us all is our beloved President of the Philippine College of Physicians, Dr. Encarnita Limpin. And for our speakers, okay, so we are very fortunate to have with us mga international caliber of organizers. So sanay na sanay sila in doing mga national and international congress. So our Vice President and overall Chair of the 52nd Annual Congress of the Philippine College of Physicians, Dr. Diana Payawan. To follow her is a well-renowned gastroenterologist, the Chair of the Scientific Committee of the 52nd Annual Congress of the PCP, Dr. Ian Homer Kua. And lastly, the Chair of the Publicity Committee of the 52nd Annual Congress of the PCP, Dr. Marie Michelle Cloa. Welcome po, to our guests, and I'll give the floor to our President, Dr. Limpin. Hello po, ma'am.
Hello, good morning to everyone and thank you, Dr. Baldemar. So, natutuwa ako sa araw na ito dahil tayo po ay magkakasama-samang muli. And for today, ang issue-showcase ho namin sa inyo ay yung PCP Congress for the year 2022 na gaganapin po sa unang araw ng Mayo hanggang sa hanggang sa A4, no? Na ang theme po, ang tema po ng aming PCP Congress sa taon na ito ay tugmang-tugma sa pangkasalukuyang sitwasyon, no? Internal medicine in the peri-COVID era, the next genre. Alam naman na natin, no, na ang Philippine College of Physicians ay isang professional organization ng mga nagpakadalubhasa sa internal medicine. And just to inform everyone, no, kami po ay sa PCP, we are composed of more than 11,000 na mga doktor. So I think sa mga medical professional organizations, we probably are the biggest, no? If not, we are one of the biggest, if not the biggest, no, na professional organizations within the medical profession. So sa unang pagkakataon, after 2 years of the pandemic, magkakaroon kami ng isang hybrid congress. At dito sa hybrid congress na ito, gusto ko sana naming ipakita sa lahat, no, kung paano tayo pwedeng magtipon-tipon, but at the same time, no, mapanatili po natin na ligtas ang isang pagtitipon na ito. So of course, no, para magawa ho natin ito, mangangailangan ng matinding preparasyon. At yan po exactly ang ginawa namin sa PCP. So ito pong mga kasama ko na siyang magsasalita, no, later on after me, ipapakita ko nila kung ano po ang klase ng preparasyon, and you'll be surprised, no? Marami ho kaming mga initiatives na ginawa para sa taon na ito para lang po mapabuti ho natin ang pagbibigay ng mga up-to-date, the latest scientific evidences ho pagdating sa mga iba't ibang sakit, no, na nakikita ho natin dito sa ating bansa. So ang hybrid na congress na ito ay actually isang test, no, parang testing natin sa pagpasok ng new normal. So for the past 2 years, alam naman natin, dahil sa pandemya, no, kadalasan ang mga scientific discussions natin ay ginagawa natin through virtual platform. So for this Congress, we are opening this Congress to a face-to-face meeting. Pero dahil kailangan siguraduhin natin na safe ang ating meeting na ito, lilimitahan ho natin ang numero ng pwedeng mag-attend physically ng Kongreso. So actually, we are limiting the attendance to only 250 and maybe to a maximum of only 300 individuals. So the rest ho ay will attend virtually. Kaya sabi ho natin hybrid. So meron hong konting face-to-face, and then the rest of the attendees will be attending through the virtual platform. So sa pamamagitan po nito, masisiguro natin na ang pagganap po ng ating kongreso ay tiyak na ligtas para sa lahat ng mag-attend. No? And for those attending, meron po kaming mga sinet na criteria. No? So hindi pa pwedeng basta pwedeng pumunta sila, no? Unang-una, syempre, kailangan bakunado. Yun yung number 1. And I think, maski ho, mapapansin ninyo, pag kami po ay nagsasalita, yan yung talagang hinihiling namin na dapat ho ay magpapakita ang lahat, no, ng mga vaccination card nila. And pag nagtingin ho kami ng vaccination, hindi po lang yung primary vaccine ang aming titignan, kung hindi pati po yung kanilang mga booster shots. Of course, kung kulang ho sila, then unfortunately, hindi ho sila mapapasama doon sa 250 or 300 kahit po medyo qualified. And then medyo nilimitahan din ho namin ang kongreso na ito doon sa mga elderly. So although medyo tinaas ho namin ang edad ng elderly to 65, gusto kasi namin na panatilihin na talagang o siguraduhin na yung karamihan ng mga doktor, lalong-lalo na po yung mga vulnerable doctors ay safe naman po and hopefully ito pong kung kami ay gusto naming imbitahan kayong mga nasa mga kaibigan namin sa media tignan po ninyo kung paano gagawin ang isang congress na ito, isang scientific congress na sinisiguro po ang kaligtasan ng bawat isa na mag-a-attend lalong-lalo na po yung those who will be attending physically. So we hope that we will set a high standard pagdating sa mga scientific meeting na ito. Again, this will set an example para sa ating darating na new normal. Thank you. And susunod ho sa magsasalita ho sa akin, syempre yung pinaka the woman hindi human the woman behind the 52nd Congress. At yan ay walang iba kundi ang overall chair at ang aking vice president, ang vice president ng PCP, si Dr. Diana Payawal.
Thank you very much. Can you hear me? Yeah, thank you very much, Maricar. Ako nga ang chairman ng session ng buong Congress, pero ito ay kinabibilangan ng maraming tao. Hindi lang po ako, marami po kaming nagtulong-tulong to come up with a world-class Congress. As you notice, the Internal Medicine Annual Congress has brought our community together. When you talk of Philippine College of Physicians, what comes to you is science. And that is what we brought to you. Science in the global perspective. And of course, sabi nga ni Dr. Maricar, we took into consideration the problem right now, which is COVID. So, hindi pwedeng dahil sa COVID, hihinto tayo lahat at yun lang ang gagamitin natin. Kailangan po ang pasyente pumunta sa iyo, may sakit sa tiyan o may sakit sa atay o sa puso, kailangan mo pa rin gamutin siya despite the fact that we are in the pandemic session or region. So happily, for the first time in 3 years, we are going to engage in vital activities in the hybrid platform. At sabi nga ni Dr. Maricar Limpin, kami po ay nag-ambag-ambag ng ideas para ito po ay maging safe for everyone. In fact, we have a safety protocol for every hotel that the Philippine College of Physicians partners with. Ngayon, ang main convention center namin ay EDSA Shangri-La. So, if you are not registered or if you probably are not booked inside EDSA Shang, we have off-site areas within the hotel itself which will make access to the convention proper. So ito po ay nilagay namin sa separate areas para lang makakomply sa safety precautions ng ating adhikain. So this year, as I mentioned, it is a 3-day convention or congress, and it highlights a lot of aspects from keynote speakers, state-of-the-art, plenary. Ibig sabihin po, dinala po namin dito ang mga batikan na mga scientists. Meron po kaming naimbitahan na Nobel Prize winner, and he is actually just taped this morning for his session on oxygen priming. Yun po ang ginagawa ngayon for cancer treatment. And he is a Nobel Prize winner in medicine. So hindi po sa journalism, hindi po yan. Ang kinuha ho namin ay para sa medicine. Meron po rin kaming exemplary award session for the people who actually excelled in Philippine College of Physicians. At of course, meron din kaming programa para sa mga new ideas or new strategies or new research. At ito po ay pinamamahalaan ng mga bata or mga young scientists who are Filipinos who submitted their work of excellence to the Philippine College of Physicians. As I mentioned, our AG Season Memorial Lecture will be given by the Global Director of the WHO on COVID-19 and its perspective in the future, and of course, our Nobel Prize winner in Science on oxygen priming as a strategy for treatment in cancer patients. So before I go on, kami po ay magpipresent ng a short video or teaser of our walkthrough of the whole convention itself. Jelika, can you play it now?
Hello and
Jamaica, are you
welcome
on
to the
board?
PCP's 52nd Annual Congress website. Allow us to take you on a tour and explain how to navigate throughout the platform. In order to access the event platform, you'll need to register first. To do this, head to https://pcpannualcongress2022.com. Once you are there, you will see teasers, banners, and a registration page for the upcoming event. Click on this button that says How to Register. This will direct you to the registration page. You will receive brief instructions beforehand, including a payment guide. At the bottom of the page, click on this button. Then, click on this link. Kindly fill in all the needed information and pay the necessary amount to register. Again, instructions on how to register and how to pay can be found before entering this page. After registering, you will receive a magic link in your email. This is your easy access link to the event platform. Keep in mind to check your spam folder just in case you can find your magic link. Welcome to the PCP 52nd Annual Congress event platform. For the next 4 days, this is where you need to be in order to be part of this informative and exciting event. To start, you will find yourself in a fully 3D environment. This is our main event lobby. For desktop users, you can click and drag your mouse, and for mobile users, you can swipe on your screen to take a look around. There are several areas you can click on to interact with the platform. These are called hotspots, and there are plenty of them for you to explore. On the left-hand side of the screen is the Shortcuts menu. On the bottom side of the main lobby, you can also click on these icons. Anytime you need to visit one of the following pages, you can just click on either the icons on the shortcut menu or the icons on the bottom section of the main 3D lobby. Clicking on this digital display on the left will show you our FAQ. On the right, you'll be able to rewatch this walkthrough. And if you take a look around, you can also access the photo booths. Clicking on this button below will show you our program at a glance. A downloadable schedule with all of the details you need to know about the upcoming topics and sessions. Let's now briefly go through each page or hotspot. Sessions is the most important page to visit. It's how you will be able to view and join all of the different virtual rooms for the annual Congress. You will see different days and room buttons. Clicking on them will show you a brief schedule and a button to join the Congress. After clicking on the Watch Now button, you will be directed to the video player. Basic controls such as the pause and play, volume adjustment, auto-generated captions, video quality control, and the full screen button can be used at any time. Do note that to exit the full screen mode, you can click on the Escape or Escape key on your keyboard. On the right side of the video screen is a question box where you can type in your questions for our speakers and moderators. Just type your question and click Submit. Our support team can also be contacted in case you are in need of any technical assistance. Their numbers can be viewed in the questions box. The speakers page will introduce you to our incredible roster of talented experts that will share their knowledge and experience with us during the Congress. More information about them can be discovered by clicking on their profiles. Clicking on the sponsors page on the shortcut menu will show you all of the different sponsors that help make this event possible. This will take you to a 3D environment, and just like the main lobby, you can take a look around by clicking and dragging on the screen using your mouse. 3D booths can be accessed by clicking on them. You can also interact with the booths by clicking on various buttons and hotspots. You can return to the booth's lobby or jump around to different sponsor booths by clicking on this drop-down button on the top right side of the screen. You can also visit the sponsors page back in our virtual lobby. Take a look behind you once you enter the main lobby, and you will see digital displays that will show you our sponsors that are categorized under Diamond, Platinum, Gold, Silver, and Standard booths. We invite you to come and take a look at these booths for yourself and explore all of the different possibilities. The research page that can be accessed on the shortcut menu will be filled with informative and engaging video content for you to watch. Make sure to check that out. Lastly, as you continue to explore and interact with the platform, you will receive special badges for completing specific tasks. You can view them anytime by clicking on your profile icon right here. Collect badges so you can win exciting prizes. Thank you for joining us on this rousing and educational event. We are beyond thrilled to have you with us, and we cannot wait for you to see what we have in store. We'll see you then.
Thank you very much, Julika, for the video. Let me just before I give it the next lecture, so I will answer the question later on certain questions that were given online. Okay, so again, from the Philippine College of Physicians, organizing committee of the 52nd Annual Congress, we'd like to invite everyone to join us. Over 300 sessions featuring cutting-edge research and education, over 300 international and local faculty, over 30 to 40 industry-sponsored showcase, and of course, at present, we have already 12,000 registrants who are already with us, eager to watch our Congress. So again, as the chair of this convention, that we invite you to join us. So my next speaker is actually the core of the convention, of the Congress itself, which, as I mentioned, is science, and that is Dr. Ian. Ian?
Hi, good morning, everyone. So allow me to share my screen. Thank you, Dr. Payawa, for the introduction. Okay, so first and foremost, I'd like to introduce myself. I'm Dr. Ian Kua. I'm the chair of the scientific committee for the 52nd Annual Congress of the Philippine College of Physicians. So on behalf of the scientific committee, I would like to thank the Philippine College of Physicians officers and the Board of Regents for their trust and confidence to the scientific committee. The scientific committee is composed of young, vibrant representatives from the different PCP component and affiliate society. So as discussed earlier, as the Philippine College of Physicians leaps forward to the next genre of practice in internal medicine, we will ensure that the continuing medical education we offer remains untuned to the per-COVID times. So in this year's annual Congress, we can expect a world-class roster of international panelists to complement our local speakers who will provide updates on internal medicine as they unfold. A blend of international and local experts will enable us to elevate the relevant use of emerging trends and developments toward further advancing our practice for the benefit of more Filipino patients. Allow me to walk through the different session types and descriptions. So yearly we have the AG Season Memorial Lecture, which is inspired by the life of Dr. Antonio G. Season, an excellent teacher and physician who made a huge impact in the education of early generations of medical students. He embodied the adage, we become better doctors when we become teachers. So the Philippine College of Physicians gives homage to a name that symbolizes the values that the organization stands for. So every year, we celebrate the bequests of Dr. A.G. Season by inviting an exemplary lecturer for whose knowledge and experience we may learn and grow in excellence. So for this year, we are lucky enough to invite two excellent speakers, namely Dr. Maria Van Corco, who is the WHO Technical Lead for COVID-19 Response, and Dr. Greg Semenza, the Nobel Prize winner in medicine in 2019. So the other session will touch base on the different plenary lectures and state-of-the-art lectures, which give updates on timely topics. We have to learn significant findings and their impact on patient care, review the literature and presents the year's highlights. We also have the Meet the Expert session, which is focused, a fast-paced presentations offering evidence-based answers to dilemmas frequently faced in patient care. Expert faculty will provide answers to complex questions. And then the next would be the clinical symposia, wherein these are fast-paced sessions featuring three speakers concisely addressing the different aspects of an overarching theme and cover topics that are highly relevant to clinical practice. Last but not the least will be the special symposia, wherein a team-based approach in the management of patient with complex care needs and compare critical thinking of that of your colleagues and take home the necessary pearls that can be applied to clinical practice. So for our pre-convention activity, we have the pre-convention on healing and well-being, our wellness journey, as well as the Philippine Society of the General Internal Medicine Convention. So for day two, this is the program at a glance, as you can see here. So it's a jam-packed program. The highlights for the activities on May 2 is all the topics are focused on outpatient care. And then we have the impact of the universal healthcare in internal medicine. And we also have the chance to meet the PCP exemplars for this year. And then we have two plenary lectures for this day, touching on artificial intelligence and new frontier in medicine, as well as navigating the challenges in the continuum of medical education, training, research in the new normal. And for day three, so we will be focusing on medical emergencies and the inpatient care. So the highlights for this day, May 3, we have the AG Season Memorial Lectures, as well as the state-of-the-art lectures. Last but not the least will be the last day on May 4, we will focus on critical care and palliative care medicine. So we have 6 plenary lectures for this day. So touching on leadership in medicine and healthcare, the coronavirus lessons learned and the future directions, the bridges in medicine, transition from pediatric to adult healthcare, the gender equity in science, medicine, and global health. Why does it matter? And then organ donation in the Philippines. What are the opportunities for action? Last but not the least will be the health, which is the human face of climate change. And then I would like to share with you the highlights of the convention. So we have 2 AG Season Memorial Lectures, 8 plenary lectures, 12 state-of-the-art lectures, 12 Meet the Expert session, 36 clinical symposia, 2 special symposia, Meet the PCP exemplars, the first PCP IM Grand Rounds contest wherein this is the search for the best begins, the best case, the best presentation, and the best institution. So this is a friendly medical competition wherein they will showcase the most interesting clinical cases across the regions. And this is a very unique learning activity that will highlight the dynamics of the multidisciplinary care and at the same time share important pearls as presented by our residents in training. And then we also have the first PCP mentoring program. It's a very unique, first of a kind coaching program that will establish a mentoring relationship between the more experienced luminaries of the PCP, including the past presidents and our young colleagues in training. And then we have the a 10 Young Investigators Award session with 8 free paper sessions. Last but not the least would be 33 industry-sponsored CME symposia. So see you in the PCP 52nd Annual Congress when we bring global and local speakers into one powerful scientific learning experience to support the rising new genre of internal medicine in the peri-COVID era. Thank you very much for listening. So at this point, I'd like to call on the head of the Publicity Committee, Dr. Mitch Klowa. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Ian. And good morning, everyone. I'm Dr. Mitch Klowa, the chair of the Publicity Committee for this year's convention. So we are 5 days away from the start of the PCP 52nd Annual Congress. So this year's theme is Internal Medicine in the Peri-COVID Era, the Next Genre. So I would like to show you once again our poster. Gel. So this is our Congress poster, which embodies the positivity and the promise of a highly packed scientific program intended to update our dear colleagues. We have shown you a snippet or the walkthrough on how members can access and navigate the Congress platform. We are targeting delegates from here and abroad as well. Together with my team in the Publicity Committee, that includes Dr. Cindy Mangahas and Dr. Len Talingdante, I hope you can help us, dear friends from the media, to spread the news around that PCP is once again in the forefront to bring the latest in scientific education. So that's it. It's just a short presentation. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Klowa, and thank you to our speakers, Dr. Diana Payawal, Dr. Ian Kua. So thank you for giving us this opportunity to promote and give us a preview of the annual convention. So we'll now proceed with the question and answer. May mga question and answer. May mga questions na po na tinatanong po dito sa atin, and I think any one of the panelists, including Dr. Timpin, can answer this question. So meron pong unang tanong dito from Red Mendoza. Question lang po, ilan po ba ang nag-confirm for the physical congress? napuno na ba ang 250 and 300 na mag-a-attend na physically as part of the convention? Siguro sinabi po kasi ito ni Dr. Limpin on her opening remarks. Ma'am?
I will answer this question.
Okay.
Kasi when we planned nung aming ginawa itong programa na to, gusto sana namin bigyan lahat ng pagkakataon na pumasok sa or mag-attend ng face-to-face. I think that's a given na we want to give equal footage for everyone to be there. Pero sabi nga natin, nasa pandemic pa tayo at hindi natin pwedeng gawin yan nang walang safety protocols. In fact, meron po kaming safety committee in our Congress who takes care of the safety protocols. Meaning meron po kaming mga safety officers na iikot during the convention. To answer your question, during the Congress, we will only allow 250 to 300. Yes, that's true. And all of them are confirmed. In fact, some we had to turn down, unfortunately. And the reason for that is we were only given 50% of the total annual of the Isla Ballroom. So hindi ho namin nakuha lahat. Ay kinuha namin lahat, pero hindi nila binigay on the maximum number that we can do when it is a face-to-face non-COVID time. Pero ngayon po, binigyan lang ho kami ng 50 to less than 50% to be there. And they gave us certain protocols. Lahat po dapat ay bakunado. Sinabi na ho yun ni Dr. Limpin with booster. Well, just to highlight, tomorrow we will have a convention or a congress on booster vaccination. So ito po ay going to be an international forum of the Philippine College of Physicians. So iniimbitahan ho namin kayo media tomorrow just to highlight on the advocacy of the Philippine College of Physicians regarding vaccination. So I hope I answered your question, Red, and thank you for that.
Thank you, ma'am. Dr. Limpin, may gusto pa po kayong idagdag?
Yeah, wala naman akong gustong idagdag. So i-highlight ko lang talaga na part ng, alam niyo naman through the years, for the past 2 years in this pandemic, kami yung talagang always reminding everyone to follow the minimum public health standards. And sa amin, for ourselves, we don't only apply the minimum, yung pinaka the safest na protocol that will be able to provide us with good meeting, but at least ensure na safe na ang mga tao, So, and that is why makikita ho ninyo ang baba ho nung mga requirement ho namin, 250 nga lang ho, yun lang ho actually, mas gusto namin ma-maintain namin 250, yung maximum 300 na ho, yung maximum ho yun. Pero ang pinaka talagang natin is around 250.
Thank you, ma'am. So, corollary to that question, may nagtanong po, an anonymous attendee. As the PCP, sino kung pwede sa inyo pong sumagot nito? As the PCP, do you believe that we should start having 100% physical events? Yun po ang tanong.
At this point in time, kung kami nga, hindi nga kami 100. I mean, ginawa nga lang namin hybrid. And mga doktor ho kami, alam mo namin yung gagawin namin. And yet, among ourselves, at kahit din naman yung mga kasamahan namin na sa buong Pilipinas, nobody also really insisted na dapat kasama sila doon sa mga a-attend physically. So that will really show to everyone na at this point in time na ang virus ay naririyan and very unpredictable, hindi pa natin alam kung ano pa ang mangyayari. So we would like to really make sure na wag muna tayong pumunta doon sa parang era na parang pre-pandemic era. Wag ho muna. Medyo maghina-hina tayo.
Ginger, just to add up, the Philippine College of Physicians walks their talk. And I think that is already an indication that although we want, alam nyo, marami po talagang tumatawag as early as April, March. Marami po talagang gustong pumunta face-to-face just to show you the eagerness or gusto nila talagang makita yung mga colleagues niya. You know, for us who has been working in a hospital, structured place, we want to send, of course, see our friends, exchange ideas.
Hello, ma'am.
Nawala yata si Dr. Payawan.
Kayo sa akin.
The kagustuhan ng mga membro na mag-attend as well as the strategy of our convention to impart science. And this is the protocol that we came up with. So I assure you, sir, that all the safety protocols were taken into consideration, from changing the filters, putting a lot of air filters around the ballroom. As I mentioned, naglagay po kami ng off-site areas, meaning para lang maka-comply with social distancing, naglagay po kami ng TV and monitors in the heat in some of the places in EDSA Siang, so that other members who cannot come in but would like to watch can avail of the services of EDSA Siang. So meron naman kaming ginawa para i-address ito. And meron pa ho kami ngayong bago, meron ho kaming ka-PCP hotel, which is Crown Plaza, na pwede ho din mag-check-in ang mga attendees natin doon at manood short of coming to the forum itself.
So ang galing, doktora, talaga ng committee, no? Na pag-isipan niyo yan, doktora, lahat. Yung mga avenues and safety protocols that magiging kampante yung mga attendees natin, whether they attend physically or virtual o gusto nila parang medyo malapit-lapit po sa convention area na sa EDSA Siang, doktora, EDSA Shangri-La Hotel.
Sa EDSA Siang, ma'am, meron po kami off-site, meaning hindi sa ballroom. So meron po kami sa a swimming pool area, sa dahit, yun lang ang inalaw. Ngayon, yung iba naman na mga tiga-probinsya na gusto talaga kasi mahina yung internet sa area nila, meron po kaming partner na bago, which is Crown Plaza, ka-PCP Hotel. I was not going to open it, but I think yesterday we had a very good discussion that the safety protocols also that we are instilling in EDSA Siang will be given also to Crown Plaza. And they were amenable.
Okay. Medyo nasagot na ba to yung follow-up ni Mr. Red? How long magiging available po yung mga lectures sa virtual hall, and will it be accessible to members anytime? Yun na lang daw po ang last question niya.
Thank you, Red. Hindi. Pwede ka pang mag-question. Yes, sir. Maricar and I and the rest of the group is here to address your concern. So, yes, sir. This convention will be on the platform of PCP for 3 months after you register. So, meron ho kaming bibigay sa inyong link. You need to register and it will be there for 3 months after we have coined everything. So, of course, we need to get disclosures from our speakers whether they are amenable na ilagay yung kanilang lecture for 3 months. Now, that is being done in a lot of international conventions. So, ginawa na ho namin for the past 2 years. And in fact, they were open to younger members of the medical association, like mga clerks, medical students, if they want on the last few weeks. No? Pero ito po, initially will be only for members who are, for those who are registered. So kunyari, hindi ka naman member pero registered ka, you will have access to it for the next 3 months after.
Thank you, ma'am.
Pero meron lang akong identify na ang admission or ang certificate nyo will be only during the convention. So if you want a certificate of attendance, or you want to generate the CME units by PRC, it will be only given when you attend the annual congress on May 1 to 4.
O, hindi pwede, doktora, yung napanood niya after.
Oo, hindi. Kasi nakita nyo naman how elaborate the program of the scientific committee is. 6 na rooms yan. And you can only watch 1 room. No? So, if you want to watch the other 4 or 5 rooms, then we will give you the access 3 months after.
Okay, ma'am. Meron din
Diana, I think also no, ang PRC kasi remember medyo ano na tayo, may mga data analytics na tayo madederive from the platform. Ang PRC will actually be looking also at this. Kaya talagang ang titignan nila yung attendance doon sa Congress mismo. However, yung 3 buwan na inaalaw natin na maka-access sila doon sa mga lectures ay para doon sa mga sessions na hindi nila inattenan kasi nag-attend sila doon sa iba. So that gives them more opportunities to learn more. No? So ito ay para mas mapabuti pa natin yung serbisyo na binibigay natin sa mga Pilipino.
Okay, ma'am. In line with that, may isa pong tanong, paano daw marirelate ang theme ng PCP para sa overall management ng COVID-19 for Filipinos? Ano po ba daw ang maitutulong ng mga lecture na ito para mapabuti ang serbisyo ng ating mga doktor at mga health workers? So, Dr. Payawal, answer.
Okay. Well, alam nyo ho, ang COVID ay isang bagong virus. A lot of factors will depend on experiences of our colleagues. So, ito po ang forum wherein we actually discuss what is the evidence in other countries at ebidensya natin dito. In fact, Dr. Ginger, we already held the first webinar series of COVID 101. And you will be surprised, we have 44,000 foot traffic for that webinar congress. So, of COVID 101. So just to imagine na lahat, ang dami talagang interesado malaman, ano ba ang bago? What is the new thing on the block? Ano ba ang pinagsasabi ng bagong research? We also have, on top of that, our local research from our students, from our residents. So they will highlight also topics that they generate from their own hospital and discuss it in the forum. So yes, this will be parang a spark, or it may be a way for us to reach out the information para ho malaman natin kung paano hong magpagamot or gumamot ng pasyenteng may COVID-19.
Thank you, ma'am. So, mayroon pong comment dito. Congratulations daw to PCP. Though it's pandemic, but the PCP are still the most updating group in terms of health info. Thank you for keeping us updated. From Ms. Juvie De Guzman of DWBL. Maraming salamat sa inyo, Mang Juvie, at sa mga partners nating media na patuloy na tumatangkilik sa PCP na two-way process po. Natutuwa kami na kami po ang nagbibigay sa inyo ng mga tama at timely information regarding sa mga health problems, how it affects the Filipinos. Tapos kayo din naman, nagbibigay rin kami ng tulong sa inyo dahil bibigyan nyo namin kayo ng impormasyon para matulungan kami, maging bridge. Kumbaga, kayo ang nagiging tulay namin dito sa mga issues natin kinakaharapan. So in terms of the issues, may mga latest issues na gusto nilang sagutin natin, no? Ano ba daw po ang expectation natin sa next government when it comes to healthcare and overall management of COVID? So, related pa rin naman daw po. For Professor Diana Payawal, yun po.
Well, ano ang gusto natin? Can I just elaborate this? Kasi we promise anong expectations to our next. Of course, we are positive, we are hopeful. We want them to succeed because when they succeed, tayo rin po ang makikinabang. So I think the government and the Philippine College of Physicians are in partnership with healthcare. yan po ay dapat nating ilagay sa ating adhikain na ang Philippine College of Physicians will always support the government as far as healthcare is concerned. So yes, we are positive on the next government and hopeful that we can actually cover for all the problems that we have in this aspect. Meron lang ako isasagot, Ginger, no? May nagtanong kasi bakit hindi sa PICP. We were actually closing on PICC. Actually, that was initially that's what I wanted, PICC. However, if you notice, that is 1 week before the convention. I think
Election.
Election. 1 week with the election. And 1 week from that, NAMFREL will go in. So, yan po it is not something that escaped our suggestions or our options. Ito po ay one of our options. Kasi po ang PICC ay unang-una gobyerno. Kaya nga sinabi ko, ang expectation, we will work with the government. Kaya lang po, number 1, hindi ho kami inalaw kasi nga malapit na ang election. Ang binibigay ho sa amin, yung maliit na mainit na lugar, ayaw naman namin po yun. So, it has been, in fact, we held our international convention in PICC and it was a success. So I wanted to do the same for PCP. Kaya lang po, malapit tayo sa election. Maybe next year po, sa 70th ng PCP.
Tayo for next year, Doktora.
And Ginger,
Yes, ma'am.
yeah, with regards dun sa question, expectations to our next government, of course, I would like, and I think the rest of the board will agree with me, no, that the PCP will work with any administration, whoever will be elected. Kasi kapag hindi ho kami nagtrabaho together with the government, lalong-lalo na po ang Department of Health, then ang lugi po ay ang mamamayang Pilipino, ang healthcare natin. No? So, syempre ho, kahit sino pa po ang maging presidente, kahit sino po ang maging Secretary of Health, PCP will always be there to make sure na ang healthcare na ibibigay sa ating mga kababayan ay mataas na kalidad at siguraduhin natin that all Filipinos will be taken care of ng mga ng ating gobyerno. So we hope and we are very optimistic that with the next administration, siguro yung universal healthcare talagang mapapa-implement na mauumpisahan na talagang mapa-implement, no? And kahit na despite of the pandemic that we are in, so we hope that we will be able to have the universal healthcare, which will be good, no, para sa mga kababayan natin.
Okay, may isa pang question. Ano daw ang suggestion nyo sa ating mga Pilipino ngayong halos lahat ay nasa physical events na, like rallies, etc.? Are we seeing another surge from Miss Ruth of Healthwell Philippines?
Sige, ako nang sasagot niyan. Of course, no, parehas din ng Department of Health at saka ng OCTA Research Group, no, kami dahil sa nakikita natin, alam natin na maaaring magkaroon ng another surge, and we expect another surge nga by May, no? Actually middle of May or maybe latter part of May. So kaya patuloy ang pagpapaalala natin sa mga kababayan natin na kahit na kayo po ay nag-a-attend nga ng mga meeting na yan, no, yung mga rallies na yan, huwag niyong kalimutan yung tamang pagsuot ng face mask, and sana ho magpabakuna na ho tayo, lumabas ho tayo magpabakuna. Nakakalabas nga ho kayo para mag-attend ng mga rally. Bakit ho hindi kayo pwedeng lumabas para makuha ho ninyo yung booster shots? And that is something na hindi, personally, hindi ko maintindihan. I hope matuto ho tayong maproteksyonan ang ating mga sarili. Go out and have yourself vaccinated.
Yes, ma'am. Yan ang ating campaign. ang vaccination for the
Yung kampanya natin talaga ko ang vaccination.
from yung primary series, kailangan pa rin po magpa-booster. Hindi kumpleto ang bakuna. Kung confident tayo sa primary series, hindi po siya kumpleto pag wala po tayong booster. So last two questions sa ating mga panelists. Ang question po nila, magiging open daw po ba ang convention via Zoom? And
Yeah. Sige, ma'am.
sa Zoom,
Mitch, siguro. Si Mitch
Yeah.
naman.
Actually, ma'am, yung ating mga miyembro ay kailangan talagang mag-register, no? So, kailangan mag-register para makapasok sa virtual platform. So, I guess meron titiyakin ko lang muna, I need to confirm kung if we're going to beam sa Facebook Live natin as ating YouTube din, no? Oo. Yes, Dr. Payawan.
Sorry, no, we cannot beam this on Facebook and YouTube because we have international speakers who are very sensitive on Facebook and YouTube. So this will be all in the platform of PCP. Kaya po pinakita namin yung platform namin kasi yun po ang highlight na talagang pinag-aralan namin para kayo maka-access. Ang international speakers and the faculty, usually they do not allow Facebook or YouTube because it can be diluted. So lahat po yan nasa platform ng PCP, and in the future will probably come up also in the Philippine College of Physicians website for you to access it if you are registered. Tama yung agree ako sa sinabi ni Mitch na you need to register, but it is also open to non-members of PCP. Kunyari, government workers or government doctors or those who are students who would like to avail. Ang mga nasa gobyerno po, para lang malaman ninyo, pwede nyo po itong gamitin na official time. Attending the conference is considered official time of the DOH. This is a memorandum we closed with the DOH regarding updating themselves on our Congress.
ayun po. So ma'am, nasagot na din po yung tanong na is it open to other health workers? So nasagot na po nito.
Opo, yes ma'am. Kung kayo po ay meron gusto na ipa-register na we'll try to help you get registered, lalo na kung sila po ay indigent, yung hindi masyadong malakas sa practice. So gusto nila we can avail them of certain registration packages na affordable naman para sa kanila.
Okay, last question, Doktora. Sorry po since may anticipation daw na magka-surge, hindi po kaya may oras na para maging stricto sa public gatherings ngayong election period? Ano daw siguro ang opinion natin?
Ma'am, stricto po kami. Hindi po kami if you notice, lahat ng tao sa mga rally nila, nakita nyo tabi-tabi. Kami po, we maintain the 1 meter between each other.
Higit nga Mahigit sa 1 meter.
Hinigit pa namin kasi sa isang table, 3 tao lang ang pwede. So the usual long table. No? So we calculated that and we negotiated with EDSA Siang on safety precautions. Meron po kaming safety marshals na umiikot po na kung hindi kayo naka-mask, naka-PCP ID kayo, kayo po ay sasabihan ng maayos na ilagay po yung mask na proper way. So, syempre, alam nyo na, sabi nyo nga, everybody's excited to see each other. Tuntuwa ho kami nila Mitch, nila Dr. Ian, at of course ni Maricar, na marami pong interesadong pumunta. So, siguro po, by next year, let's keep our fingers crossed. It's the 70th anniversary and maybe we can have a full-blown face-to-face back to normal. Pero as of now, we adhere to the strategy of IATF. Mas stricto ho yung local IATF namin sa loob ng board. So, hindi ho kami talaga nag-aalaw. We have a lot of safety protocols inside our own Congress itself.
Doktora, may pahabol uli. Kasi relation naman po, nagbigay ba daw tayo ng recommendation sa government regarding public gatherings or mass gatherings? Meron na ba daw tayong recommendation?
Si Maricar, hindi yan sa Congress sa PCP yata tinatanong niya, di ba?
Bigay na daw ba tayo?
Meron na yata kami. Hindi naman po nagbabago.
At saka tandaan nun ninyo, no, yung action na that will be allowed ay base ho doon sa alert level. No, nasa alert level 1 ho tayo. Kaya ho, being in an alert level 1, that means na medyo it allows ho talaga na parang 100% capacity. No? But ang pinaka-importante, kaya kung papansinin ninyo, ang palagi naming pinapaalala sa mga tao ay ang pagsusuot ng face mask ng tama at all times at saka yung pagpapabakuna. Kasi ito po naman yung dalawang talagang pinaka-effective according to scientific evidence na pamamaraan ng pagprotekta sa ating mga sarili against COVID-19. So, we don't even have to make any recommendation kasi nandiyan yan sa na nila yan doon sa yung protocol na gagawin pag according to the alert level system na meron tayo.
Okay. Thank you, ma'am. So, to wrap up this webinar, may I call on again the speakers? Dr. Mitch Cloa, si Dr. Kua, kung nandiyan pa si Dr. Kua, and Dr. Payawal, and lastly, Dr. Maricar Limpin, to give us again the invitation, ma'am, to our 52nd Annual Congress. Dr. Cloa?
Thank you, Ginger. Muli, maraming salamat sa pagkakataon na ito na maipromote ang ating Congress na nalalapit na. So let's get ready for the Philippine College of Physicians 52nd Annual Congress on May 1 to 4, 2022. Once again, the theme is Internal Medicine in the Peri-COVID Era, the Next Genre. May 1 po will be the pre-convention and May 2 to 4 is the Congress proper, and the topics have been divided into outpatient care, medical emergencies, inpatient care, and critical or palliative care medicine. For further details, Jel, can we show our social media pages? We are available at Twitter, at YouTube, our Facebook page, Instagram, as well as TikTok. For other concerns, we have our Congress website. Next, Jel. Our www.pcpannualcongress2022.com, and our official PCP website is at www.pcp.org.ph. Maraming salamat po. Hope to see you all. Thank you.
Mitch. May we call on Dr. the overall chair of the 52nd Annual Congress and the Vice President, Dr. Diana Payawan. Ma'am, pa-invite po ulit sila.
Thank you very much, Ginger and Dan, and of course, on behalf of the organizing committee, which is made up of a lot of doctors, specialists, of course, Mitch Cloa for this, for gathering us all together, and of course, our secretary, Jelaika. So we would like to invite everyone. Ito po ay hybrid. Sinabi na ho namin na we will stick to science, what is new, not only on COVID, but also on a lot of aspects from cardiology, diabetes, gastroenterology. We invited the past president of the Asia Pacific Study of the Liver, Dr. Shiv Sarin and Masao Omata. We invited a lot of Nobel Prize winners, and of course the WHO from both the regional and the global director of COVID. They are both coming, so please join us, update yourself, and see us and learn from. We learn with each other. If you have some questions, all of the speakers will be coming in on a short Q&A, kahit na ho plenary, kahit na ho state of the art, because I want you to be able to see them physically. So all of them were amenable to a short Q&A. So again, from the organizing committee, from the EXECOM officers of the Philippine College of Physicians, we would like to thank everyone for coming. Salamat po.
Dr. Limpin, Dr. kayo po.
Yes, Yes, thank you. Thank you, Ginger, and thank you sa lahat ng mga nagtrabaho para dito sa 52nd Congress, no? And again, to everyone, at lalong-lalo na sa mga kaibigan natin sa media, please do watch us, no? The PCP 52nd Congress. Observe how the PCP will conduct a hybrid scientific congress, bringing in the latest and the most updated scientific information in the management of various diseases. So this is being done at the same time, providing the safest way of giving out the information to our colleagues. So for our members, mga colleagues natin sa PCP and the other healthcare practitioners, please join us, log in doon sa aming website and register if you want to know anong pinakamagandang pamamaraan para gamutin natin ang mga pasyente nating nakikita sa ating mga clinics and also sa mga iba't ibang healthcare facilities.
Thank you, ma'am. Dr. Danny, ang aking bossing, Board of Regent. May message.
Thank you, Dr. Ginger. So, on behalf of the PCP Media Health Forum, we would like to thank everyone for attending this session, and we will see you again sa ating 52nd Annual Congress. Thank you.
Sa muli, magkita tayo sa another webinar. Ingat tayong lahat. Gandang
Salamat po.
Through the Committee on Media Communication and Health Forum, wishes to thank its media partners, social media followers, and participants. See you again next time, here on the PCP Health Forum.